At the edge of Florida's Gulf Hammock, where cedar forests once met a railroad line, there was a town you could miss with a blink. And then, in January 1923, it wasn't just missed, it was erased. Rosewood. Families ran into swamps, homes burned, a community was driven out, then the last buildings were set on fire, like someone was trying to burn the memory itself. This is not a legend, it's documented history, dates, names, testimony, and an official investigation decades later. And it forces one question: how does an American town vanish and stay hidden for generations? Rosewood didn't ignite in a vacuum. The years leading into 1923 were soaked in racial terror, lynchings, intimidation, and attacks on black communities across the region. This same era also hardened a Southern power structure built on land control: who can live where, who can vote, who can own, who can stay. That story touches Black Floridians and indigenous communities through different but overlapping systems of removal and exclusion. Rosewood was small, but it was real. A station on the line, churches, a school, a Masonic hall, families who worked, built, hunted, farmed, and made community.
Pronunciation: Levy County, Cedar Key, Gainesville. Hard details to anchor from report.
Rosewood's location: Western Levy County, near Cedar Key, along the Seaboard Airline Railroad. Source: institutions cited, churches, school, Masonic hall, depot, appear in the report's community description. Source: emotional note: respectful pride, avoid romanticizing, focus on normal life.
On the morning of January 1st in nearby Sumner, a young white woman, Frances or Fannie Taylor, reported an attack by an unidentified black man. That claim became a match thrown into a dry field. Posse hunts formed. A man, Aaron Carrier, was apprehended and then moved out by the sheriff. And then another man, Sam Carter, was captured and killed. Late evening, white vigilantes attacked the Carrier house. 2 white men were killed, others wounded. A black woman, Sarah Carrier, was killed. On-screen text: Carrier House Attack. Source: Carrier House Attack. Sarah Carrier killed. 2 white men killed. Source:
Rosewood's black residents fled into the woods, into the swamps, carrying children, grabbing whatever they could hold, trying to stay silent enough to survive. Imagine a child learning in a single night that home isn't a place, it's whatever your family can carry without making a sound. By January 5th, 200 to 300 white men converged on Rosewood. More people were murdered: Mingo Williams and later James Carrier. On January 7th, a mob returned and burned the remaining structures. A train evacuated refugees to Gainesville. Rosewood didn't rebuild, survivors scattered, and for decades many stayed silent because silence was safer. A grand jury convened in February 1923, and it found insufficient evidence to prosecute.
When law won't protect a community, the message spreads: you can be removed and nobody will be punished. Decades later, Florida investigated. The official report documented 8 deaths, 6 black, 2 white, while also recording how much remained uncertain, contested, and painful. In 1994, Florida passed a compensation law, an admission that what happened was not just history, it was injury. Rosewood wasn't only burned, it was erased. And the most dangerous thing about erasure is how easily it can be repeated.